What if I told you that a single company, started by a small cotton trader 150 years ago, is now worth over $320 billion? And that's more than the GDP of some countries owns everything from luxury cars like Jaguar and Land Rover to your daily tea brand, Tetley. This isn't just a business story. It's the story of a family that changed the face of India. How did they turn failures into global success and build an empire that touches every corner of your life? Stick around because this will blow your mind. The story of Tata Group is not just about business. It's a story of a dream that started small but went on to change a nation. It all began in 1868 when Jamshedji Tata, a young man from Gujarat, started a small cotton trading business. But Jamshedji's vision was bigger than just trading. He wanted to build India's future, and he knew the key was to industrialize the nation, making India self-reliant in producing essential goods. In 1877, Jamshedji set up his first major venture, Empress Mills, in Nagpur. It wasn't smooth sailing at first. Jamshedji faced huge challenges with absenteeism. About 20% of his workers would take off from work daily, production suffered, and no one was as committed as he was. But Jamshedji wasn't just a businessman, he was a visionary. He introduced groundbreaking worker welfare programs to motivate his employees, things no one had ever done before. He introduced a provident fund scheme for workers so they would get pensions after retirement, offered them medical insurance, and even organized events like Family Day and Sports Day to reward the best performers. These were ideas unheard of in that era, even on a global scale. Thanks to these initiatives, workers began showing up regularly and working harder. His mills prospered, but Jamshedji wasn't satisfied with just that. He dreamed of something bigger. His ultimate goal was to set up India's first steel plant, knowing that steel was the backbone of modern industry. For 17 long years, Jamshedji traveled across India, searching for the perfect location rich in iron ore, an essential material for steel production. It was a journey filled with failures and frustrations, but finally, in 1899, he discovered iron ore in Bengal and set the foundation for what would later become Tata Steel. However, Jamshedji wouldn't live to see his steel plant produce its first batch of steel. He passed away in 1904, leaving behind an unfinished dream. But his son, Dorabji Tata, picked up where his father left off. In 1907, Tata Iron and Steel Company, TISCO, was born, and in 1912, TISCO produced its first steel. It wasn't just a victory for the Tata family, it was a victory for India. But Dorabji didn't stop at steel. He ventured into another ambitious project, power generation. In 1911, Tata Group launched India's first hydroelectric plant, generating electricity to power mills and businesses in Mumbai. Tata Power, as we know it today, became the backbone of industrial development in the region. Dorabji also realized that India needed more than just industries. It needed world-class education and scientific research. So in 1909, with the help of the Maharaja of Mysore, he established the Indian Institute of Science, IISc, in Bangalore, which would later produce some of India's greatest scientists and researchers. The legacy of Jamshedji Tata's vision of building an industrial and scientific India was now in full swing. Then came J.R.D. Tata, a man who would take Tata Group to new heights. J.R.D. had a love for aviation, and in 1932, he started India's first airline, Tata Airlines, which later became Air India. J.R.D. himself piloted the first flight of Tata Airlines, making him India's first commercial pilot. His vision wasn't limited to the skies. He also wanted to push India's industrial boundaries. In 1939, J.R.D. set up Tata Chemicals, producing soda ash, caustic soda, and other essential chemicals that were being imported from abroad at the time. This move made India more self-reliant, as these chemicals were crucial for industries like textiles, glass, and soap production. J.R.D. Tata's leadership saw Tata Group grow exponentially, and by 1991, the Tata empire had expanded into 84 companies, with annual revenues of 24,000 crores and 270,000 employees. But JRD wasn't just focused on growing the business, he was also deeply committed to his country. During the 1962 Indochina War and the 1965 Indo-Pak War, JRD offered Tata's resources to the Indian government, sending engineers to Delhi to help in military equipment manufacturing and providing strategic defense plans for the Indian Air Force. Then came Ratan Tata in 1991. With his bold vision and fearless leadership, he transformed Tata Group in ways that no one could have imagined. One of his first major moves was to create India's first fully indigenous car, the Tata Indica. Launched in 1998, the Indica was designed to be spacious, affordable, and fuel-efficient, exactly what India's growing middle class needed. Despite initial skepticism, the car became a huge success and put Tata Motors on the map as a serious player in the automobile industry. But Ratan Tata didn't stop there. In 2009, he made headlines again by launching the Tata Nano, the world's cheapest car, priced at just 1 lakh rupees. The idea was to give India's middle class a safer, more comfortable alternative to riding on scooters with their entire families. Unfortunately, the Nano failed to capture the market. People viewed it as too cheap, and in India, cars are seen as a status symbol. The very thing that made the Nano special, its price, became its downfall. But Ratan Tata learned valuable lessons from the Nano's failure and used them to improve Tata Motors' product lineup, eventually leading Tata Motors to become one of India's most respected car manufacturers. Ratan Tata's vision extended beyond India. He wanted Tata Group to be a global powerhouse, so he embarked on a series of bold acquisitions. In 2008, Tata Motors acquired 2 iconic luxury car brands, Jaguar and Land Rover, making headlines worldwide. To expand into the global food and beverage market, Tata also acquired the British tea brand Tetley in 2000, and later the American coffee brand 8 O'Clock Coffee. Today, over half of Tata Group's revenue comes from outside India, showing how far Ratan Tata's vision has taken the company. But Tata's story isn't just about business success. It's about giving back. Throughout their history, the Tata Group has been committed to social welfare. They've built schools, hospitals, research institutions, and community programs that have changed millions of lives. Tata Memorial Hospital, IISC, and numerous scholarships and grants reflect the Tata Group's core belief that business should benefit society, not just shareholders. Under Ratan Tata's leadership, Tata Consultancy Services, TCS, became India's largest IT company, dominating the global software services market and contributing to India's reputation as a hub for IT talent. Today, Tata Group is a global empire, worth over $320 billion, operating in more than 100 countries, with over 700,000 employees. It's a name trusted by millions, not just for the products they make, but for the values they stand for: integrity, innovation, and a commitment to improving society. The Tata Group's journey from a small cotton trader to a global empire is nothing short of legendary. But what's next for this iconic company? Could their next big innovation change the world again? The story is far from over, and the future holds even more surprises. What do you think Tata's next big move will be? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and if you're ready for more stories that inspire and amaze, you know what to do. Stay tuned, because this is just the beginning. If you think Tata's story is incredible, wait until you hear about another company that changed the world. Stay tuned for that.